Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. Today we have the ultimate anti-aging showdown, the battle of the copper peptides to work out whether when it comes to anti-aging skincare, have we been overpaying all along? And could we actually be getting an amazing copper peptide fix for just £5? Yes, you heard that right, £5. Around $7 for what could be the best copper peptide serum you're going to apply to your skin. So in today's video, we're going to compare and contrast this ridiculously affordable option to some of the more high-end and mid-priced versions to work out ultimately whether, when it comes to the best anti-aging peptides, we're better investing our money in something like this or splurging on something higher end. Sit back, relax, let's talk the battle of the copper peptides. So in today's video, we're talking all things copper peptides, high-end, low-end, and everything in between. Hopefully helping you guys select the right copper peptide serum for your individual skin's needs, the results you want to see, and of course, your budget. The reason that I'm able to offer so many affordable options here on my channel is I don't do sponsorships or paid partnerships. There will never be an ad here on my page, and I think that allows me to offer much more affordable options, which certainly align with my own values. I'm cheap. I hate overpaying for skincare when there's truly no need to. So if you want to support me as an independent voice in the skincare community, the very best way of doing so is by reaching down and giving the video a big thumbs up and a like. The more likes a video gets, the more widely YouTube will distribute it on its platform. So it's just a fantastic way of getting this message out there loud and clear that when it comes to copper peptides, sometimes affordable is actually best. And I'd love to know your own hot take on copper peptides. Do you use them? What brand do you reach for? And what results have you seen from them? Share that down in the comment section below, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. And I think I speak for everyone in the Mad About Skin community when I say we can learn so much from each other. Now, without further ado, let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. So copper peptides, they really have become a firm fixture in almost everyone's skincare routine, and sales of copper peptide serums have gone like that over the past 3 years. And I think for good reason. The reason that copper peptides are so popular is they offer a real range of different benefits. They promote collagen and elastin production to minimize the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. They can help reduce inflammation in the skin, so they're great at minimizing hyperpigmentation, dark spots, and discoloration. They're potent antioxidants, so they fend off free radical damage and premature aging. And recent studies even show that the use of copper peptides on the scalp can help increase hair density, reduce hair loss, and just overall promote hair growth. They really are one of those ingredients that does it all. But how much should we be paying for our copper peptide serum? That's the real question. And in today's video, we're going to pit this £5 option against some of the others on the market in this copper peptide showdown. Now, copper peptides come in many forms, they come in many formulations, and they certainly come at many different price points. And until recently, most of us would have to pay quite a lot in order to access a good quality copper peptide serum. That changed around 18 months ago, and now we have access to so many affordable options, which I still think people are a little bit skeptical about, wondering whether they're actually going to be living up to some of the more expensive options on the market. And I'm here to say, honestly, if your budget doesn't stretch to expensive options, there are some affordable and drugstore ones out there. I'm someone that's fairly lavish with my copper peptide application. I like to use it on the face twice a day, morning and evening. I take it down to the neck, the décolletage, and the hands for the anti-aging benefit, and I run it through my scalp twice a day too. And I've seen some great results when it comes to promoting hair growth and increasing hair density, thanks to that copper peptide application. Because I use it on so many areas, I tend to get through my copper peptide serums, which is why I'm always looking for more affordable options, which will help me just stretch the cost and, minimize my overall budget, which is why this little gem piqued my interest. I actually saw this on TikTok Shop. This is the Barubt, I hope I pronounced that right, you can see that there. Again, I'm going to link this and a video about this and how you can access it down in the description box below if you did want to check it out. This was actually £5. The overall cost was £10, but it was buy one, get one free. So the individual unit was £5. And it came in super short time. So I was really excited to get this on my skin. But I did a lot of research into what this product was and how they could actually do it at such an affordable price point. And really it all comes down to quantity. Because they produce in such vast quantities, that really brings the unit cost down. And they've kept it super simple. When you look at the ingredients list on this, there's 7 ingredients, one of them being the copper peptides, but you've also got hyaluronic acid, and you've got a base formulation that's fairly simplistic. It's really just relying on that copper peptide to do all the work. And I'm here for it. I reached out to the brand to ask them the concentration, the strength of copper peptides. 1.5%, which really is amazing because you want to look between 1 and 3% in order to get maximum results. So for £5, I went in a bit of a skeptic thinking, that's quite cheap. Tried it. Honestly, I fell in love. I've got some phenomenal results from this one, and I think it just goes to prove that you genuinely can get some expert copper peptide action at a ridiculously affordable price point. It goes on like a gel, so it's not super watery, which I personally prefer because I can be a little bit more precise with the application, and it sinks in without any greasiness and doesn't leave a film. Again, generally cheaper skincare can feel a little less aesthetically pleasing. The application isn't always the best. This is beautiful. It hydrates you to the gods with that hyaluronic acid in there, and it doesn't leave any stickiness or film on the skin. I genuinely fell in love. And I think this is a great option for people that are just looking to explore copper peptides, do things on a real limited budget. Maybe you're using, like me, a lot of copper peptides and you really want something that's super affordable, so you can use this on the face twice a day, the hairline, the hands, the neck, wherever you want. You can use this for your dose of copper peptides without breaking the bank if you're using a lot of serum. However, I will say this does come with some limitations. So this is a fairly basic formula, so it's relying just on that copper peptide. So you don't have any other peptides alongside it. You certainly don't have any additional technology in here to really help those copper peptides penetrate and to get enhanced results. They're also not encapsulated, so you need to be careful with what you use alongside this. I wouldn't personally use this alongside low pH vitamin C's, exfoliating acids, or tretinoin. Other retinoids are fine, but tretinoin alongside unencapsulated copper peptides can denature the peptides, reducing the results that you see. So I would definitely make sure that if you're going for this, you're getting the most affordable price point ever. However, that's offset by some challenges around how you layer it into your skincare routine, and you just need to be a little bit crafty with that, and I'm happy to put the work in. This on the scalp is my absolute go-to. But I actually pay a little bit more to get an encapsulated copper peptide, and the two that I recommend, one from my own brand, this is the Mad About Skin Copper Peptide Serum. This is still super affordable. This is £17 in comparison to this, but it's on 3 for 2, so it actually brings the cost down to around £14 per serum. All you need to do to access that is put 3 in your basket, and when you get to checkout, you'll only actually be paying for 2. So around £14 for a serum, and I've linked how to access that down in the description box. And this is actually encapsulated. So in here, you get a slightly higher percentage of copper peptides, 3% versus 1.5%, so you're getting a little bit more of the active ingredient, and it's encapsulated, meaning you can use it alongside your vitamin C's, your exfoliating acids, your tretinoin, whatever you're using, it's fine, because the encapsulation actually protects those copper peptides. It's all good. You also get some other anti-aging peptides along this, such as azuraline and matrixyl, both phenomenal, again, at boosting collagen and elastin. So this is a much more comprehensive formula that takes those copper peptides, mixes it with other beneficial peptides, encapsulates the lot to just make sure that you can use it with ease. You don't have to think about how you layer and pair. Yes, you're paying slightly more than with this serum, for example, but you're getting that ease of use, you're getting those additional peptides, and it's still at a super affordable price point. So for me, I will generally use this on the scalp, on the hairline. I use this on the rest of my face. That way, it's just an easy way of minimizing the overall cost whilst maximizing the ease of use, which I'm all about. For people that want to step it up a little bit further, there are some other options on the market. And another encapsulated copper peptides that I love is the one by Naturium. I'll leave a link here. This is their multi-peptide serum. Again, encapsulated, meaning that ease of use, very similar to the Mad About Skin formula. And you can slot it anywhere in your skincare routine, which is another great option. For those of us that want to just elevate it a little bit further, and again, don't mind paying a little bit more, then I would recommend the Medicate. So this is the Medicate Multi-Peptides Advanced Serum. So this has copper peptides alongside other great beneficial anti-aging peptides. Phenomenal. Also has growth factors, and this is where you're kicking it up a notch even further. So whilst this might be roughly 3 times the price of, say, the Mad About Skin one, you're getting the additionality of growth factors in here, which I think really levels up the anti-aging experience. Those growth factors are going to help promote collagen and elastin in a similar way that the copper peptides do, so you're doubling down on the benefits that you see. Growth factors are relatively expensive to formulate with, so you should expect them to come in a slightly higher price point product. And there's different growth factors out there. Plant-derived growth factors, really inexpensive. You can get them for like £20. If you use lab-created skin-compatible growth factors, like in here, which are the ones that give you the maximum results, you should expect to pay a little bit more. And Medicate bring this in around £70, I believe. Again, I'll leave a link to it down below so you can check the individual price point where you live. But you're getting your copper peptides alongside additional peptides and all that growth factor action, which I really think will deliver you the absolute maximum results. But again, you should expect to pay more for it. So I'm hopefully taking you through a bit of a journey of the difference between a crazy affordable yet still amazing copper peptide through to paying a tad more for that ease of use, the additional peptides, and then you're really going to the advanced with those growth factors and that bioengineered growth factor technology, which is going to give you so much more in terms of anti-aging. And then last, I want to talk about the real high price, the bougie, which normally I wouldn't spend this much on skincare, but the Allies Skin Copper Peptides, as you see, I've gone through many bottles, which I bought time and time again because I really love the formula. So in here, again, you've got those copper peptides, you've got other beneficial ingredients like ectoin, you've got a plethora of other peptides, so very similar to the Mad About Skin, the Naturium, the Medicate. But in here, you've got advanced technology which actually helps the penetration of those copper peptides and helps them to be targeted to where they're going to deliver maximum results. So it just means that none of those copper peptides go to waste. They get to exactly where they need to be in the skin in order to deliver maximum and quicker results. And that speed is really what you're paying for here. Yes, this comes with a really high price point, but you're paying for the speed of results. This will deliver and start to deliver those anti-aging benefits, more collagen, firming and lifting in about a month. The rest of the products I talked about today, you're looking at 2 to 3 months before you start seeing those results. So if you've got patience, you can save a whole lot of money. But if you want quick wins, you want advanced technology which really directs those copper peptides to where they're going to deliver maximum results, Allies of Skin is where it's at. And for me, I think it's worth it if your budget stretches to it. This showdown was really designed to show that when it comes to copper peptides, you can do it for £5. You know, this was £10, but it was buy one, get one free. So for £5, you can do a real high quality, high performance copper peptide serum without breaking the bank. If you're happy to pay a little bit more, you can encapsulate your copper peptides, make your life a whole lot easier, use this any way you want in your skincare routine and get a slightly higher concentration of those copper peptides. And if your budget does stretch to it, Medicate and Allies of Skin, level it up in terms of the experience with the additionality of growth factors in this case, the technology to make sure you're getting maximum penetration and results. All of these copper peptide serums are amazing. They're phenomenal in their own right, and it really comes down to your individual budget and what you're looking to spend when it comes to skincare. For me, I will generally use an encapsulated version across my whole face. Keeps it easy, I don't have to worry about layering and pairing, and yet it's still super affordable. And yet on the scalp, I'll go in with this to really deliver that fix of copper peptides in a beautifully non-greasy way. So it's great in the hairline and keeps that cost right down because one of these will last me on the hairline like 2 months. So for 4 months worth, because it's buy one, get one free, for 4 months worth of copper peptide action, I'm paying £10. Like literally, it's a no-brainer. And that for me is how we work smarter, not necessarily harder. And in today's video, I just wanted to demonstrate that when it comes to copper peptides, if you shop strategically and know exactly what you're getting and what you want to achieve, you can match your product to your price point. If you only have £5 to spend, you can get some great next level anti-aging copper peptide action. If you're happy to pay a little bit more, you can make your life easier and up the concentration. If you've got Allies of Skin money, you can get really quick turnaround in terms of the results, and it all comes down to individuality and my motto, use what works for you. So hopefully in this video I've demystified copper peptides and helped you choose the right one. So what are you going for? You've watched it this far in the video. What are you going for? What is going to be your copper peptide of choice? Do you want to go super affordable, encapsulated, slightly higher end for those quicker results? Where do your views sit? There is no right or wrong. Just let me know down in the comment section below. And like I say, I'm really glad I tried this out. I went in as a skeptic thinking, this sounds too good to be true. Tried it, loved it. And yeah, just go to show in 2026, you don't need to break the bank to get the best copper peptide action. Let me know your thoughts, and wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.